What is up, Browns fans? We are minus one person today, but one plus minus one. I know it's Common Core math, but either way, we have two new people on the show today. You guys know Sam. You see him on Saturday's show. I'll introduce you right now to the guy who is on the bottom of my screen. I can't tell where he is on your screen. Maybe the bottom right.
He's on the bottom of you. That's weird. We probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Pause. This is Doug from Ohio Sports Show, folks.
Sports Talk.
And Ohio Sports Talk. Ohio Sports Show. Where did that come from? I don't know. That's a different show. He and his co-host Jordan have a podcast called Ohio Sports Talk. They've been together for almost a year. They go live every Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. and they cover everything sports related. I mean, everything from football, baseball, basketball, alligator wrestling, badminton, whatever they had, whatever sport it is, they cover. So let's give it up for Doug. He is going to join us today, and we're going to get right into it. Browns news, right, guys? First and foremost, I don't know if you guys are going to be sad about this news, but Juan Thornhill was released yesterday, and then he released
Juan who? I'm sorry.
Juan Thornhill,
not
released.
The chosen one.
Yeah, his statement on X was kind of actually he retweeted what he tweeted back in 2022 when he was released from Kansas City, basically saying, bad you guys, the bad word.
Yeah,
you guys.
Go ahead, Doug. You can say it now.
I didn't want to steal that thunder, but
no, he basically just stuck up the middle finger at everybody and said, "Hey, on to the next one, ladies." What is your take, Doug?
Juan Thornhill. There's all this hype when he's coming in. We saw him with Kansas City. We saw him be a good football player, a solid football player who, I thought was going to solidify that secondary safety position. And he comes in here and he's unreliable. He's injured. He's nicked up. It's always something. And then, this season, it was awful. The effort was bad when he was on the field, and when he wasn't on the field, nobody noticed that he was gone either way. He was a player who never lived up to what we thought we were paying for. And as a Browns fan, I am overjoyed that he is leaving, because that opens up a spot potentially for maybe a young safety in this draft, or somebody who actually gives a damn about playing football in Cleveland. So for me, guys, I am excited. Juan Thornhill can go meddle at somebody else's secondary, and somebody who probably won't put up with it as long as the Browns did. So I'm excited, guys.
Yeah, Juan Thornhill. For those that want to know what he did the 2 years he was here, he basically played 11 games each year, 22 games played, 31 solo tackles, zero. That's zero. That's as much as me. Forced fumbles, zero as much as Mike. Interceptions, and 3. The only thing he's done on defense was really just pass defense, which is only 3.
Pass deflections, yeah.
Pass deflections. So he put up major non-stats as a Brown. And what gets me about the statement that he did, or what he did basically, it was like he's mad that the Browns let him go for some reason unknown to man. Like, you did not perform. I mean, you expect to continue to bring you on and then pay you that $3.5 million to jog and tackle somebody? Like, come on.
That clip, guys, that you're hinting at here, that's some of the worst effort I've ever seen on a football field. I understand you may not be able to chase down the guy, but the angle he took, the way he was running, I thought they should have cut him that day. But again, Juan Thornhill is gone. Addition by subtraction, in my opinion, when it comes to a guy like Juan Thornhill.
Agreed. What do you think, Sam? Juan Thornhill.
You guys said it, man. I mean, he just seemed like he was kind of an obsolete player when he was out there. It was kind of subpar for me anyway. So when I heard the news, I was just kind of like you said, Doug, I'm like, well, this frees up some other spaces for other people, and good luck on your next endeavor, man. It's the old proverbial, don't let the door hit you in the ass, man. But, that was on you, dog. You only performed how you did, so that takes you to where you're at now. So, That's how I looked at it. It was very easy for me. I was a little more upset about the next guy. I'm sure we'll probably talk about, but we'll keep it on rolling here, fellas.
Angel, do you got anything to say about
Juan
chosen
Thornhill will be remembered for getting the Browns elf tatted on him, and that is probably the best thing he's ever done as a Brown. Was
Angel,
tat
I told
the logo
Mike
on there.
Angel, I told Mike that earlier today. We were talking about it. I said, "Oh man, he's got that forearm."
Yeah,
elf
yeah.
tattoo.
I'm like,
with it.
yeah, I'm like, Doug. I was really disappointed. I was kind of excited for that. A veteran coming in and teaching these people how to play, only to show no effort and minimum skills. I lied. The only play he did was a preseason game against his old team where he did a pick six, but it didn't count because it's their preseason game, bro. Preseason game.
The highlight. So what you're telling me, the highlight of his Browns tenure was a meaningless pick six in a game that did not matter or have any impact on the Browns' success.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That sums up his career. Not his career, but that sums up pretty well what he, in my opinion, is going to be going forward. Why would a team invest any assets or anything in him after the way he's performed? Like, I don't know. Guys get lucky like that when they leave the Browns. He'll wind up on a good team and all of a sudden be a decent player. But I hate when that happens to us. I hate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to move along to this one's a sad one. I'm going to try to say it without crying here. Charlie Hewlett, a friend of the show. We've had him on the show. The guy was spectacular, phenomenal guy all around. Great interview with him. The longtime 10-year long snapper was let go yesterday morning, ending his 10-year stint with the Browns. Charlie was a friend of the show, and we wish him nothing but the best on his journey forward. He's still got some in him. He said it. He had a humbling post. Did I even load that up? I think I did load it up, but it might be on the other page. But he had a humbling post saying, "Thank you, Cleveland. You guys welcomed me with open arms pretty much, and you guys are great. Thank you for all the years here." He wished he could have stayed. But unfortunately, good things come to an end. That one was sad.
Yeah, we kind of we talked about it actually last week during the free agent thing. We kind of hinted at it because he was injured, and usually he's at that age where they are just not going to invest. They're going to get younger, and he's a long snapper, a good one at that. He's going to be missed. Hopefully, he's enjoying the nice weather in Tampa, his home, and he doesn't have to come back here and deal with the 0-degree temperatures.
So,
or like Watson said, 90 days of good beach weather.
Yeah.
So
or not
when,
Winston. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Winston.
when we
Great.
had him on the show, all of our fans on the show came up with a name for him, and it stuck kind of. We called him Charlie Cool. So when I went to the Dallas game, I was like, "What's up, Charlie Cool?" And he's like I was like, "Yeah, dude, you remember that?"
Yes.
But it's not used to that kind of fandom, he said, because he's a long snapper, and not many people know how much that position actually matters.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
can I ask you guys this? And look, obviously, you guys have a great relationship. He was a great player, a great long snapper. But can we just talk quickly about the special teams? Are you guys confused at all by the Browns just kind of sticking with the special teams group that we have? I mean, are you guys, any confusion there on why we're just standing pat with the special teams?
So I'll go first on this one aspect. After Charlie Hewlett was injured and we brought in Sunhara, whatever his name is, we brought him in as a long snapper, and that was when Dustin Hopkins started missing field goals. Charlie explained on the show that these holders and these punters want balls in certain positions, whether it be at their head, their chest, down here, to the left or the right, and you have to know that as a long snapper. There's certain little things that so many little intricate things that go into being a long snapper that you wouldn't know. But
that's a good point.
It seems like maybe they overcomplicated the new punting rule where they focused too much on it and they maybe overthought it. They thought it was going to be more impactful than what it was because it seemed like it didn't do anything. Like me and Mike were excited that, hey, maybe they're going to return more punts, which technically they were able to get the ball to the 30 as opposed to the 25.
you mean the kickoffs?
Yeah, kickoffs.
The kickoffs.
Yeah. So, other than that, I'm confused as to why they kept Bubba Patron.
And that's where I was kind of going do you guys, and we can move on after this, do you guys believe Bubba Ventrone should still have his job? I mean, we have overall, it's not been great special teams wise under his leadership. So are you guys okay with him getting another year? What are your thoughts there?
I thought that when we were cleaning house early and we started letting people go, I thought he was going to be the next one on the doormat. When Dorsey was gone, I was waiting to hear Bubba's name. And then I seen he was out doing something with the players it might even been at the Pro Bowl or something like that.
Was he the coach of one of the
coach
teams?
at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what that was on too.
Yeah. And he was kind of like a hype man out there. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not hearing nothing about I thought he'd have been gone. And like you, Doug, I was wondering the same thing. And now here we go. He's still here. And that seemed to be part of our problems last year with special teams, man.
Well, I mean, good news, he did win the game in the Pro Bowl. He was the coach. So that tells you, that tells you he knows how to do something.
Me and Doug golf clap,
you go in there and you can win a Pro Bowl game.
Yeah, I mean, he's locked in. Maybe that's what convinced them to keep him. They're like, well, if we win a Pro Bowl game, I mean, you probably can coach another year as a special team. So hypothetically, like the question I would say is like, when's been the last time they've been good on special teams? It's been like 10 years. So I really don't blame Bubba Patron for it. I do think somehow the new scheme messed up everybody in the NFL as far as like how to kick, where to kick. Maybe they seen that and they said, well, we adjusted too much. We overthought this thing. So let's bring you back one more year and see what happens. Also, they need to give him a punt returner, kick returner. We've been subbing like random people in because everyone gets hurt. So how about we draft somebody lower end and just draft somebody to kick back?
Yeah. Well, I heard today too that they're actually going to probably amend that kickoff again. I mean, this is
I read
something
that too.
It's almost like they're messing around way too much with this, you know. And my simple thing was, if you want to start your kick the way you are or whatever, move the kicker back. Okay. Hear me out. Move the kicker back. So now that kicker's actually still has to actually move him back 10 more yards. Then he's actually got to play that game that they want him to do. He's got to kick it inside that certain area, and that takes care of that. I'm still not a fan of everybody at the one. To me, that was like one of the most craziest parts of the game. And if you talk to some NFL players too, because I heard some of the players talking today about it, and that's like one of the most violent parts of the game. You know, that collision and then them guys burning and turning on that. But that back up the kicker, you know, quit messing with it. If that's how you want to line everybody up, back them up. Makes the kicker have to be a little more finesse in his kicking instead of just throwing up the big leg and kicking it out the end zone or wherever.
Touchback almost every single time.
Yeah. They wanted more returns. Obviously that didn't work this year. I didn't see a lot of them. So.
7, I think there was 7. Only 7.
Yeah.
I'll look that up.
Kick returns for touchdown?
James Frank brought up a good point. It's like, why don't they use Elijah Moore for punt returns? Which
do you think it's injury related because he's a smaller guy and trying to keep his hits down? I would assume.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's a good point.
I do think he has the ability, but I don't think they think he can hold up. Is probably my opinion.
Yeah, probably. On to the next topic. Andrew Berry's press conference at the Combine. Anybody hear it? Raise your hand. I did. I had time on the treadmill and I listened to it, and it's really it's really interesting to hear somebody as smart as him talk, because you have to hang on every word because every word means something, right? So I mean, I wrote a couple things down that I got out of it. If you guys heard it and you guys want to kind of go a different direction, go right ahead. You have whatever floor you want. But the first thing I want to talk about that he said Deshaun rolled his ankle. Now he didn't get into specifics, and he won't. But I just thought that was interesting that he rolled his ankle. In order to roll your ankle, you have to walk on it without a boot. Correct?
Yeah, the boot keeps everything.
I'm not the smart. Listen, I'm not the smartest guy in the world.
That's why he won't explain it, because it's literally malpractice if he explains it to anybody. You can't roll your ankle in a walking boot.
Angel over there running CSI tactics.
No, because it's weird. Because when he said that, honestly, when he said that, I thought to myself, but the reporter is going to say, they're going to press this dude because they're going to want to get something. Even if he doesn't say anything, press him. And no one, they just ignored it. They're like, oh yeah, Miles, because it was like the Myles Garrett Combine show because 90% of the questions were about Myles Garrett. But yeah, it was interesting to hear that.
It was.
It's interesting just because the fact that they probably had a way out of this and they didn't pursue it the way they could have. To me, look, that might be conspiracy theory type stuff, but again, like we just said, you can't roll your ankle in a walking boot.
Mm-hmm.
After you tear your Achilles, you have like. I'm just so over the Watson stuff. So that's.
I agree. You know what? I'll tell you. I think after a case of beer, Sam and I could roll our ankles in a walking boot.
Just walking.
That's two bodies going after it. Like you guys are hopefully going after it at that point.
On to the next thing that he brought up a couple of questions about Travis Hunter. One specifically is how they view Travis Hunter in the draft process, and he said if they view him as a receiver or corner, and he said this. The answer is yes, both. Basically, is what he's saying. So he can play both, and I think that what makes him special. We would see him as a receiver primarily first, but I think what makes him a bit of a unicorn is the fact that he can do both at a high level. Now, he did put a soft percentage out there. He's like, because someone said, like, what percentage you think receiver per corner? And he said, well, if you need a number 70-30, like 70 more receiver, 30% corner, they have a higher rate. And I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I mentioned on another podcast, and they thought I was crazy because they said, no, he's a better corner. I'm like, no, he's a better receiver. I mean, his hands, he can see the ball anywhere. He's a better receiver. But you can play him at corner. I'm not saying he's going to be a bum or a scrub corner, but it seemed like he had a crush on Hunter, but he was trying not to show it. He was playing. He was like, yeah, he's like, yeah, that girl's beautiful. Then you realize where you're like, no, she's all right. I mean, yeah, she's all right.
Butterface. Everything on it looks good. Butterface.
Here's my thing with what you're saying there, because I feel like everybody who likes football and likes, what players could be, I feel like everybody has a crush on Travis Hunter because of the ability to play both sides of the football. Like, yeah, in a perfect world, I would love for the Browns to have a Travis Hunter, but I feel like there's issues that come before needing a Travis Hunter. And while he is a phenomenal talent, getting him at wide receiver to pair with Jerry Jeudy would be excellent. Putting him next to Denzel Ward to play corner after watching Mark Emerson and Greg Newsome play corner, I'm into that too. But it's just, the idea of him is phenomenal, but can it hold up in an NFL season? And that's the big question. That's
the thing where, one, it comes with age. Two, how many players have you actually seen that have done the dual position thing in the NFL in a long time?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. So you got
very few packages where a corner will play a wide receiver or something.
Right. So you got to battle that out and figure out, well, what is he better at? Maybe what could he do for your team in the long run is the biggest scenario, I think.
I think in today's NFL too, a guy like that, they're like Angel kind of touched upon it. They're going to take what your biggest attribute is, and they're going to put you at that and focus on that more. Like you say, they always, a guy might come out and be a great running back, but they're going to use him more in a fullback spot for a certain run game, or they're going to switch him around. They might flip him on a tight end spot on some short yardage catching. But like that guy, like you said, he's a diamond in the rough, being able to play on both sides of the ball. But I did hear, like you said, Andrew Berry. To me, it sounded like he was talking about leaning him more as a wide receiver, than being on a corner. But hey, man, hats off to the kid, man. He knows he's a well-rounded football player. Obviously, with his accolades with that already coming out of college.
My apologies, forgot to mute my phone.
It's all good.
Unreal.
Don't let that happen again until next time.
How professional are you? Come on.
Later.
This is a professional show.
Damn it.
Let's restart the show.
Hey guys, welcome. This is the Bearded Browns podcast. All right, on to the next thing of topic. Now, if you listen to the press conference, about 18 minutes long, 10 minutes of that was talking about this character, this man here. He's not going to be in the draft. No, he's not. He wasn't at the combine. No, he wasn't going to run the 40. but Miles Garrett was the main topic of conversation. A lot of talks about, hey, how was the trade talks brought up, and of course Andrew Berry doing Andrew Berry things, did not answer, but he did say this: we can't imagine a situation where not having Miles as a part of this organization is best for the Browns. Basically, in words that I would say, we ain't moving him.
No.
We're not trading him. Either he's saying that to kind of like say, listen, we need more money, we need more picks, or he means it. So
I don't, man. I'm with you on the other Angel. I think sometimes you just kind of throw them words out that need to be said to get bigger leaders on your line, man. I think that Barry is going to say what people might want him to say, but in hindsight, I mean, I really think that they're looking what they can get top positions, top picks for Miles. I really think that's something because I heard talks today. I was listening to the radio earlier, and they're like, well, if we do manage to get a Matthew Stafford here, is that going to change Miles Garrett's interest? And in my mind, I go, no. I go, no, there ain't no way. I think that guy has made up his mind that he's ready to go on different endeavors, man. He's ready to search different places to play. But like I said, we still kind of have him right now. So we'll see how it pans out. A lot's going to be happening here a couple weeks coming up with all the free agency and stuff coming up.
The Matt Stafford thing, since you brought it up, real quick. He wants $50
Wait. That's actually coming up.
Guys.
That's actually coming up.
Okay,
yeah,
sorry,
that's coming up. No, you're good. You're good. On to the.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you're done with we're done with Miles. Miles is not being traded according to Andrew Berry, but we'll see in a couple weeks or a couple months or even
how the
year.
dominoes fall.
Yeah. Next, he did mention that we do expect Nick Chubb to hit free agency. Now,
Doug, let's do it. Oh, look at that! Me and Doug, we're the only ones that can do
I've
this.
seen a lot of rumor.
Some people just don't get it.
It's a Chubb thing.
I'm not
you wouldn't understand.
the only it's a Chubb thing. The only person's jersey I've ever bought was Eric Metcalf, and when they traded him, I said to myself, I'm never buying a jersey again, never, because it's a waste of money. Like Browns, like players go, and I'm like, I just wasted $50, and I can never wear this again. Anyways,
bro, you bought that Eric Metcalf jersey. You know it was like 35.
I literally,
numbers like
Angel. I literally was talking to Jen, my wife, today about the same thing about jerseys. I have not bought none in a long time. You want to know who I finally picked up this year or last season?
Nick Chubb.
I picked up Chubb.
JOK, remember? We did a live show in Jim's place.
Kiss of death, man.
And I picked up JOK's new one. I'm like,
oh my God.
You know what? I don't think I'm supposed to be buying jerseys.
Nope. That's why I don't do it.
Sam,
I don't do it. I don't stay away from jerseys.
Thanks, Sam.
When the Cavs won and we still had Dellavedova, it was my only Cavs jersey. I bought it, then he was gone. He was back in Australia playing. I'm like, I am so done buying jerseys, dude.
If you so basically what Sam is saying, if you see him in a jersey store buying a jersey,
tell him no.
Just clothesline him.
Stop him.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna start wearing Steelers jerseys.
Please do.
There you go.
That's how you do it.
Do it for
That's how
Cleveland.
you do it.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna start wearing Cleveland. I'm gonna start wearing Steelers jerseys, and maybe bad juju.
Speaking of Steelers, I've seen a lot of people, do the whole AI graphic thing of Nick Chubb wearing a Pittsburgh jersey, and a lot of rumors saying they might be interested. Basically, so if this by the way, guys, I'm not too alarmed by this. This is what the Browns do. They allow their free agents to test the market to see what they're worth. Ideally, Nick Chubb will come to them saying, they're not going to do what the Giants did. Hey, I'm getting $3 million, and they call him bluff, and then he's with the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl. I think they're going to say, hey, Nick, go see how much you're worth. Come back with us with the numbers, and if we feel comfortable with that, we'll pay you. So I still expect Nick Chubb to be in the Browns uniform if the price is right. But if not, look for the Browns to draft two running backs in the draft.
James says, man, I got a Garrett Chubb, Baker, and a Njoku jersey. Looking like I'll have only one current player on the squad. Gregory says, if you rock the Watt, maybe hell will rot.
Actually, will you have it? Njoku's on the last year. If they're looking to really rebuild or do some moves, he can be the contract on the move.
Oh,
Not trying to
If
speak
the
that
year- if the year's not going well, I wouldn't mind moving him at the deadline.
Yeah,
I mean, that would make sense to me for a third or a fourth if they could get it.
just
I mean-
calling it for what it's worth, people. You heard it here
Yeah.
first. Njoku might be next. Okay, on to what Doug wants to talk about. Matt Stafford seems to be on the Browns' trending topic. Matt Stafford is looking for a new team, and the Giants are the ones to land him, or the favorites to land him, but the Browns are on the list. Would you trade for Matt Stafford? And by the way, he wants $50 million, and he is 37 years old.
on a 1-year deal, 50 mil.
$50 million for one season, and a season that you don't know if you can put together a team that can compete at a high enough level. That's a waste of a season, in my opinion. That's a season. Look, we may not love our options at 2. Is Shedeur Sanders the guy? Maybe. Is Cam Ward the guy? Could be. Maybe they're not the best, but I would rather take a year focused on them guys developing and hopefully becoming the guy than I would spending $50 million on 1 year with Matt Stafford when we don't know if we can put the team around him to even do it. It seems like a big risk. So
that's that Russian roulette, man. You're dropping that one bullet in the chamber, you're spinning it. And I like you said, I don't mean to interrupt real quick, but
good.
for that amount of money, man, that just sounds totally not even workable.
Well, you want to hear the irony in all this? We paid Joe Flacco $4.5 million for 1 year. Well, no, I'm sorry. What was it? 7 weeks, 8 weeks?
Yeah.
I mean, but Joe Flacco at the same time, we watched it fall apart in a massive way.
And right away.
Unfortunately, and Joe Flacco, again, that run was phenomenal. And you can never take that away from the guy. But when the chips were on the table, he was bad. And I know the defense wasn't great either, but that game was still within reach until he started just absolutely giving the Texans the ball.
2 pick sixes.
2 pick sixes in a row. That was wild.
People forget about that.
It was fun. But
it was fun. It was a fun ride.
The wheels fell off. The wheels fell off so hard when we needed them most.
Facts.
Jen says, we've spent our budget on a ton of maybes. We need a definitely.
And the only way to do that is in the draft. Only way to do that is in the draft, by the way, guys. It's cheap enough to be in the draft. And that's a maybe, but it still is a cheap maybe as opposed to an expensive maybe.
Well, when you look at our money situation, controlling 4 years of one of these quarterbacks, to me, just makes more sense. If you could get, you could talk me into Cousins or somebody like that for a decent amount of money, not $50 million. I don't like Cousins at all. There's a reason Atlanta's getting rid of him or benching him for Penix. There's a reason they're going away from him. I know it sounds fun to bring in one of these guys who've had a good career and is a veteran, but man, it feels like it's just such a long shot for them to a bridge quarterback, but it's just a waste of a season in my opinion.
We could argue the Kirk Cousins thing here for a second. Kirk Cousins has validity with Kevin
I'm the same way. I would have said it. Man.
He has validity with Kevin Stefanski, and that's what everybody's hope is. We're hoping that we can bring this guy in here as a bridge quarterback. He's getting paid still big money by another team. We could bring him in here at a league minimum, and I think he'd be happy. We can get him cheap, I believe, to come in here and play football and possibly help whoever we draft as a smart quarterback. And I hope it's not Shedeur Sanders. Anyways,
but with that being said, I read reports today that whether it's a balk at what Atlanta's trying to do, but they're saying they're not really interested in trading Kirk Cousins because they would want to use him as a backup, which I just think it's all talk. They're just trying to drive up the price. Not drive up the price, but they're trying to just
they want another team to take more of his money is what they want. They want another team to take his money.
So
sure.
First come, first serve. Best deal is going to get him. I guess they'll probably hold up until the last possible moment and then let him go if possible. But they're as of right now, this is what is coming out of their camp is, Kirk Cousins is going to be a backup. And if you think Kirk Cousins is going to go to Atlanta and be a backup, you don't watch football.
Yeah, but his only option though is to go to a team that's middling or below average to start, and that's not. I mean, at this point in his career, is that really what he wants to be? I don't know. That's a conversation for him, obviously.
Yeah.
I just think, a guy who's been in playoff games, done everything he's done. That's a tough career decision at this point. Is my thoughts on that part of it.
All I ask for this team to do is finally put a piece in this shitty puzzle that we've been stuck in that could adhere to a whole piece and just make something happen. That's all I want. I want to see good Browns football again. And a lot of people are going to sit there and argue, yeah, dude, Baker wasn't our guy. And that's fine. You could argue that, but that was the best football we've seen in a long time.
It was. It was.
Get somebody that can build team morale. You need that. That is crucial with these younger guys. We're all older guys. How old are you, Doug?
33.
Damn, you're young. Anyways,
What to be 33 again?
right.
Yeah,
No.
that's a great thing, man.
Yeah. Enjoy that.
You guys are young at heart. You guys are all young at heart. You guys,
True.
it's fine, guys. Come
That's
on.
true. That's true.
I'm the
And we do
elder. I'm the elder wizard on the group.
But he looks the youngest. Well,
I support all wizarding. So
So on to some other topics. Some notable players who would not be working out at the NFL Combine are Genty Sanders and possibly Cam Ward. It seems like this list grows and grows every year. It seems to be a trending thing where players just especially if they know they're going to go in a high in the first round, they're just like, I don't really need to do this. I'm not going to entertain this malarkey. I'll see you at my pro day. Do you guys agree with this idea? And by the way, last year's who didn't work out last year, just two notable ones, Brock Bauer and Neighbors, which they end up being studs anyway. So you really, and so
Right,
there's validity to it.
I'm going to go first here. Gregory says, yeah, I agree, Mike, something to cheer for. Kevin Lewis says, Sam, my daddy.
There's a story behind that, but that's for another.
I just
Hey, Daddy.
Players that I don't think show up and play football, the sport that they claim to love, the sport that they claim to play daily because of injury, I think is kind of bullshit anymore. I say you get out there, you have film to make. You are out here to impress these teams. You go out there and do it. Abdul Carter, I can understand right now. He is still slightly injured. So
was it his shoulder? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was it his shoulder that he hurt in the playoff game?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm okay with that, but like your number one draft picks, you got the top 5 guys not playing, like even in the Senior Bowls and all that. Like, come on, guys, you guys have something to play for. This is not what it was like in the early 90s and the early 2000s. These dudes got out there and showed their worth. If you want to play that bullshit with us, stay in college for another year, make money there. Because if your mind is set on just money, I'm so sick of money. I'm so sick of the NIL.
I'm not sick of money.
Oh, I am in football terms.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sick of money. I love money.
Can I pose a question to you then?
Yes.
Obviously, money is the big thing here, and these guys have these big insurance policies now. But is it worth risking yourself an injury if you're a top 10 guy? If you're a top 10 guy, is it worth risking an injury? If teams have guaranteed you a top 10 pick, do you need to work out?
Yeah. Yes.
But what does it change if you're going to be a top 10 guy?
Don't get me wrong. The combine means nothing. I know everybody could run, jump, and swim in the combine.
Right.
I'm okay with that. But get out there and throw the ball. You're a
So you're
quarterback.
talking about more from a quarterback standpoint where you're just throwing and things like that.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. I can get behind that.
Oh. Kitty agrees too.
I kind of agree with Doug. I think if I was a top 10 pick and I pretty much secure my landing spot, whether in a top 10, top 15, I'm gonna be like, man, I'm good. I'll see you at my pro day, because what you do at the combine is what you can do at your pro day anyway. So you're doing it twice. To me, it's silly, but
And especially if you're a top 10 guy, teams are going to be at your pro. They know you're going to get all the guys at your pro day that you are top 3 picks. The Browns, the Titans, the Giants, they'll all be there to watch you throw at your pro day, and it's a more controlled environment where you probably will throw better, and that makes more sense to me to put your best possible attributes out. I get it both ways. I don't get mad at these guys anymore when their pro days 2 weeks after, and you get to watch them do it anyway. But
like you said, also too in a controlled environment too. So it's better for them to do in a
This
pro
is
day.
Jordan,
as
I
opposed
think.
to-
Jordan says military guys have to work out post boot camp. Why the hell wouldn't you do it to millions to work out?
Well, because you're comparing apples to oranges. Military. They're defending our country.
They
Football
make
players
zero
are just
money. They make little to
entertaining us.
zero money.
Guys,
I
You got
did
these
that.
guys out here, they're
I'm
athletes.
going to have an aggressive stance towards Jordan. He signed up to be in the military.
Yeah, like
Oh.
Come on, he signed his name on the
yeah.
line.
That's right.
Please, I'm just joking, please.
No,
Just
no, but
Jordan. Nobody
yeah,
else, please.
this is their investments now. So I think that's why teams don't mind it anymore. They're like, cool, you're gonna be a top 10 pick. You're gonna be. We don't care. Don't do it throughout your pro day because they're investing millions of dollars into these players. I don't think they cared, to be honest, and they're billionaires, obviously. So the combine starts this week. On-field workout starts Thursday. 329 invited prospects for the annual NFL scouting combine this week. Thursday, defensive linemen and linebackers. Friday, DBs and tight ends. Saturday, quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs. And Sunday, offensive line. Fellas, which ones are you more excited to scope out?
Can I start real quick? I'll go real fast, real
Yep.
quick. I want to see some of these running backs. I want to see some of these wide receivers, and offensive line, dude. We got to help out there. We need help in that department, and we've all kind of touched on it, fellas. We almost need to look at everything on this list because we still don't know what's going on with JOK. You might have to go up. You're looking for a linebacker now. It's a real tricky
It's so
to
bad.
what we're getting into right now, man. And the big thing here is the biggest thing you have a quarterback problem. So it's like I'm checking off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm like, man, we got a lot to do and so little where to go. Hey, Kitty, how you doing, Kitty Cat?
I'm excited for the quarterback, receivers, and running back, because obviously we need quarterback. Obviously, I think we can get a couple running backs considering Nick Chubb is going to be gone. That's what I'm excited for. Defensive line, I think that's a deep draft. I think you're probably going to get a good stud if you don't get the guy Abdul Carter everyone wants and the second pick. So yeah, I'll be interested to see the linebackers because of the JOK situation, to see what's going on, who I would flirt with just in case that doesn't work out. But of course, every day, we got to watch every day. It's like Sam said, we need every position.
Jeez, man.
It's rough, guys.
I
It's
want to
really
see.
rough.
I want to see Saturday because I want to see if Will Howard throws. I want to see if these quarterbacks who Jackson Dart, these quarterbacks who are second, third, fourth round picks, and how they looking to improve their stock. To be honest with you,
And I agree, but listen, a lot of this depends on what happens with Myles Garrett. If Myles Garrett is leaving, can you pick up somebody solid in the draft that you're gonna be able to pick up maybe in the second or third round? Is that what you're gonna go after?
It definitely changes. That's a great point, because then you've got to target that guy from Marshall or the pass rusher from South
Georgia.
Carolina or one of those type guys. The South Carolina guy's name eludes me at the moment, but Green from Marshall, or you got to start looking. If Myles isn't going to be there, McGuire puts some good tape out there at the end of the year, but is that your anchor at your defensive line? Defensive line becomes a massive need if Myles is legitimately going to hold out potentially and not play. That's a great point, Michael, because we keep talking about it. I keep thinking, oh, that's another hole. Oh, there's a hole here. Besides Denzel Ward and a couple guys on defense, there's a hole everywhere on defense. So it's going to be a very interesting draft for the Browns.
I'll tell you what I think. Regardless if Myles stays or not, the guy you need to get is Mason Graham. It's just that simple. So if you need to trade back, great, but get Mason Graham at 2. awesome, and then you can come back at 33. Yeah. I
I'd
know
go
it's
for
rough,
Abdul, man.
but if I'm talking about Abdul's not there. I'm sorry, because I
Mason
think
Graham has to be. He has to be. He has to be.
yes,
Donald. Then he has to be
Yes.
Donald Good.
no,
If
well,
that's what we're gonna
yes, yeah, no, well, not Donald Good, but if you compare him with McGuire on the edge, and then you can come back and get another pass rusher if Miles isn't there, hypothetically. Even if Miles is there, can you imagine Miles, Graham, Hall, McGuire?
I can, and it
Yeah,
sounds great.
see?
Yeah,
It sounds great. So that makes that number 2 pick, as far as position, important as far as Mason Graham. Not what he can do, but the players around him will make him better.
Listen to that. I'm going to hit these 3 comments, and this is going to make your guys' suggestions a little bit better. James and Jen. Jen says, our defense is Swiss cheese. James says, our team is just filled with holes. Gregory says, how much does he stand to lose if he sits out for an entire season? And that's my biggest thing. If you sit out for an entire season, dude, what film are you going to have to show that you're still elite?
Yeah, and you lose stats. I mean, like we brought it up last week, you're going to lose sack numbers against T.J. Watt. Your legacy, it comes into play as far as Hall of Fame numbers, which he's probably in the Hall of Fame anyways. But you're trending to be one of the greatest ever because you're getting double-digit sacks every year until what, this year, and you can't play because you decided to hold out. I don't think he would do that because he knows whether I play or not, I can play grudgingly, I can complain, whatever, but I just need 10 sacks, and I can continue the streak of double-digit sacks every time I've been in the league. And that's why I think you get Mason Graham, because you call his bluff, you get Mason Graham, you have a good forefront, and then you just sack the quarterback. And by the way, whoever said that our defense is Swiss cheese is a lie. Our defense is good.
That was Sam's wife.
No, listen, I'm sorry, Jen. All due respect,
Sorry,
Jen.
Jen.
Sorry, Jen. Let me say that nicer. Whoever said that, please understand. Our defense is a Swiss cheese. Our offense was just sucked so bad. You put the defense in position to suck so bad. I'm sorry. We do have to let Doug go. We're tight on time here. Doug, thank you so much for coming on here talking to Browns with us. We got to have you back on so we can talk about some prospects of Ohio State. I know you guys, your show is big on that. So listen, they just dropped an episode where they had what Ohio State player Denzel Burke. Go to YouTube or even on Facebook and
everything.
Yeah, they're on everything. Go and follow them for one, and for two, go listen to that interview. Amazing, and it makes you want to draft every Ohio State player after that interview.
Yeah, it does.
The level of bias that we throw at people, it does make you think that these guys are. But guys, let me tell you, and I say this every time when you guys step in and comment when we're having our show, you guys are so knowledgeable in the way you guys convey your knowledge about the Browns. I think it's so easy to listen to you guys and learn from you guys. I really appreciate what you guys do. I appreciate all your support. I think you guys are just a great group of guys. Listen to you guys. You know, it's like listening to your buddies talk. It's like getting together with your friends and watching a game and talking football. And I think you guys do a great job. So thank you so much for giving me some time tonight, guys. Ohio Sports Talk. We're on YouTube. We're on X. We're on Facebook, Instagram. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for giving me some time with you guys tonight.
We appreciate you as well, man. And we look forward to joining your show as well.
We'll cannot wait.
Crossover coming soon.
Jordan cannot wait to have you guys.
We'll do it again too, Doug. It was really nice to meet you, and definitely, man. Nice to have you on the show. You guys are knowledgeable. You're a really knowledgeable guy too. So, yes, man. Fist bumps. All
right, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Got kids to take care of. Keep it rocking.
Gotcha.
You guys do an excellent job. We'll see you guys later.
You as well, man. Thank you.
Bye.
Later, man.
Oh, I was about to hit the X button. I got
There we go.
You got 15 minutes. No.
I don't think our defense is as bad as what people think. I think our defense is going to be better next year. If you get a quarterback that can put you in positions where you're not sure field consistency. That's what I meant by that. I do think there's some questions about my dude MJ. I hope he proves me right again this year, but we'll see. Obviously. So next topic, Mox had Travis Hunter coming to the Browns. Do you think that's realistic?
I
mean, it's back and forth. That's Luke Carter
first pick.
Yeah. Pick number 2, I believe.
Yeah. So I've done a couple mock drafts yesterday, and there was some where I picked him first, and then there was somewhere I didn't. I got an A on all mine, so I did pretty well overall, I would think, but I turned trades off because I hate trades. when I'm doing a mock draft. Like 7 teams want to trade you for that second pick. And I'm like, nope, not happening. Oh, there's an echo now?
No,
Angels
I
echoing.
think she's saying that probably because I'm repeating myself. See, I'm married to a sarcastic wife, so I kind of get the sarcasm.
That's Angels.
Did I guess it? Sam?
No, that's Jen.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
I
she-
think
yeah.
no, I think that's what you meant.
She meant like because I was repeating myself. That's
Oh,
what
Yeah.
is that what you meant? Oh, I'm like, man, come on, let's just switch and we go back to an echo.
No.
As soon as I saw it, I started laughing. I knew what you meant. She
So-
beat me there.
so yeah,
She got that last laugh on me, dog.
That's good.
Just like my wife, whose name is Jen. She's witty. just
It's a
like
Jen
I.
thing. You wouldn't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Angel does have a little echo. Oh. So
Oh, really? Oh, my bad.
Oh, maybe.
Uh,
Okay. Your voice is echoing and sounds.
oh damn.
Oh, man. Of course, it's got a movie. Sorry, man.
This is your
I'll try to. I don't know why. I don't know why it's that deep. It's normally not that deep. I'm sorry. Maybe it's because I got my beard trimmed, so my voice is deeper. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Don't go that far.
Either way. I saw Bill Carter, Travis Hunter. I don't know. Can this team use Travis? Sure, but I mean, do we? I feel like we have a. I can't explain it because like Travis makes sense, but I feel like do we have a bigger need than Travis? Does that make sense? Am I saying that right?
No, you're saying it exactly right. I said it earlier. We have a quarterback problem.
Yeah.
So it's like, I really wasn't big on the drafting quarterback. I told you guys, I think it was like last Saturday. I said,
Yeah.
I changed it up, man. That's the problem. Therein lies problem. Therein lies we need fixing. So if we can get one or two quarterbacks or another quarterback in a later round, that's what you do. So I try not to put everything on. I have not done none of the mock drafts. I seen Angel, you be throwing them out there, boy. He be
You want to know why? Because full disclosure, I am monetized on Facebook. Sam, Mike's talking, but we can't hear him. I don't know. Yeah, we can't hear you, Mike. Yep, can't hear you. So I'm monetized on Facebook. So people, I get money based upon people's engagement. So I just know that you've been going into it. So it's I could see things rolling through your brain. That's what I mean by that. And I try not to. I'm going to, but I'm not going to try to fixate. That's just me. Fixate myself too much into it, or involve myself too much into it, because then I'll get a high hope on a guy. Yeah, and I hate to say this, it'll be an Andrew Berry bomb. And then I'm like, I gotta go find Andrew Berry and beat this. I'm going to Maria. I'm going to Maria. Open the doors. So while we're on the topic of draft, we're going to play again. What will the draft look like if Miles stays or if Miles goes? Okay. So you want to do the first pick in the first round, or you want to go first and 33rd? Because I don't think we can go like any deeper than that, do you? Oh, Mike, we can't hear you. Still can't hear you, Mike. I can't hear you. Yeah, you're on mute.
I am on mute. All right.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm sorry. So yeah, that was me miming. I did a great job.
Yeah, I read every word.
I forgot the question.
You're on mute. You're like, oops, sorry, I'm on mute.
I didn't look at the board. I was like, wait, nope. But
I need a Sharpie. Mute button.
So what I would do, honestly, to be honest, if Miles stays, you're going to pick up a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. That has to be addressed immediately. I believe so. Who? I would choose Cam Ward over Shedeur Sanders all day, every day. Toughness of schedule. The toughness of schedule is number one. Number two, I don't care who your daddy is. I don't care that you got a YouTube account that's doing well because you're daddy. I don't. I really don't. I want Cam Ward if we're going to get a quarterback. Sam?
I'm not trying to be on your job, but I was going to pretty much say the same thing. My thing was because of Miles. He knows that they can put together a nasty defense. Okay? He knows it. He's been part of it. and we have a quarterback problem, and he wants the best of the best to come here. But now, so if we draft a quarterback, now we draft a quarterback. Now is Miles playing? Well, okay. Well, are we gonna? I'm sure he's thinking the same thing. Are we bridging for this year, and then we might give a shot to the rookie? Are we gonna? How are we doing this? Because he's counting his days now. As a professional athlete, he does not have more time to waste, which I do not blame him at all. But I would think that he would. If it's him to stay, it is a quarterback they're going to bring here that he knows can win football games. That's it, man. I don't see him saying here, if we get a dual Carter, what's that going to change? Okay, so I got another defensive end I can match with and groom and help out. Yes, but is that going to make us win? No, our offense is having problems. It needs to be fixed and addressed. And if they're not going to do that coming up, we got free agency coming up. And then obviously we'll have the draft later. He's not seeing that stuff. I gotta go. I gotta go, guys. This is him. I can't blame him. I'm not hating on him for it. So,
I would say you agree. Good point. I was thinking about this. Shedeur Sanders is probably more polished than Cam Ward. Now, the argument is like, why is he more polished? You can sit there and say his dad has grown a lot of talented people to help polish him up, right? So if you take Cam Ward, you know there's some work there that needs to be done, but his ceiling is higher because he's good and he needs work. So if you get him with a team that is good as far as quarterbacking, teaching them basic, how to position your hips, how to throw, all the people talk. I think he can be really better. So I would take Cam Ward. But Sam, you brought up a good point. Is Miles more worried about who they're playing at quarterback, not as far as drafting, but are they going to get somebody, a veteran? Because his days are numbered. So my question is like, so if you draft the quarterback at 2, is that going to convince Miles to stay? Because if not, then I'm not drafting the quarterback at 2.
Like I said, I think it's a tandem thing. Are you going to draft me a good rookie quarterback that I know is going to be a stud in 2 years or 3 years while I stay here and we sign this contract? Because once you do that again, that's pretty much
he's done.
That's the end. This next contract is I'm seeing it's Miles' end game. What's Miles' end game to me? So that's and then like you said though. I always say the big problem we're having a lot with these young guys coming in is they don't get bench time. They don't get to learn. They throw these guys in there sometimes. I think that destroys some of these young players. They just don't get to have that guy to learn behind, and we're in a real pickle at that position. I would hate to see Cam Ward to come in here and we just go ahead and say, here's the fire, run with it. That's just. I would say a rookie kid should at the very least, have a 1 year to just hang out, watch, digress, feel, soak in everything. And the only way you would put him in if there was a quarterback, one went down.
Yeah, I agree. What would the draft look like if Miles is traded?
You're picking up Abdul Carter. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it stopped? The echo stopped?
Yes.
One stupid button for some audio capture output that I added. Come on, man.
Hey, lesson learned.
What stopped the show?
On the job. On the job learning.
Oh, man.
No, you're good. Yeah. Obviously, if they traded Miles, I think they would go after. Obviously, you have to get a pass rusher.
Abdul Carter, Mason Graham.
Maybe somebody on defense to kind of get to the quarterback. But that would stink because that limits your option because you can get a quarterback and then possibly at the second pick maybe get another defensive lineman to rush the quarterback or a guy in the middle. Because I do like McGuire. I think McGuire is going to go well with Miles, but
we did, like you're saying with if Miles is gone, I'm thinking also too with kind of what we've heard about Chubb and how what's going on with Chubb, man, they might be picking up a running back pretty quick, too.
Yeah,
You know what I would do? I'd go after Will Howard in the 3rd round if he's still there. Pick up that quarterback still.
I heard something very interesting about Will Howard, and their argument was, what's the difference between after the 2 quarterbacks? What's the difference between him and Jackson Dart? And the reason why I brought up the mechanics is because it brings up a valid point to Will Howard. He went to Kansas, wasn't taught well as far as mechanics, how to throw a quarterback, how to throw a ball, how to position his hips, how to throw at certain angles, whatever. But he improved when he went to Ohio State, where the coaching is better there. So if he improved at Ohio State, can you imagine what he would be like if he took time to improve in the NFL system with a quarterback, a coach like, let's say, Sean McVay, who's a quarterback king, right? If he gets the Rams, it's going to be crazy because I think he can groom him to be even better. So I agree. I would love to see. That's why we'll have Doug back on, but I wanted to see his take because he has a closer look at. He watches a lot more Ohio State than I would. But to see what he would, if he gets in a team where they can train him properly to get rid of some of his mistakes and his mechanics, where you think how high he can go. But I think 3rd is logical right now until the pro day, and then the scouting combine and the pro day. Then he might even jump up, to the 2nd round. Unfortunately for us.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting things are going to be happening, man, and that's what I look forward to. I can't wait to see which ways these paths take these Browns. So let's keep on keeping on, man, with it.
This is the first time Sam hasn't gotten up in the mic and was like, bro.
Captain Caveman.
He's got a new mic, by the way. He now has. We all have matching mics.
Yep.
that's
Sam. Or I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Chad, because he's in
Chad.
San Diego.
Aren't
Yeah.
we cute? Aren't we cute?
We're a team.
Yeah, we're a team. It
now.
looks good. It sounds good, man. It definitely helps out. And I do get a little loud from time to time because if I got something to say, I'm going to say it. And
I
this,
don't know.
with the mixer and stuff, well, hang on. Me and Mike went down and I tried it. He went home, man, and I got on this thing like if I was having the worst damn day at work. Like, you know what? Everybody can just. And I belted, and this all kept it contained. Because I would notice on some other shows, I would get up there and it just start to get. And I'm sure on your guys' end. So, this is definitely.
I was like this.
Like, well, we're done. We're done. He's
Definitely.
yelling.
Definitely a good investment and a lot easier for Mike over there. He don't have to keep dialing me down when I'm getting up on it.
Right. Guys, everybody, we have 2 big announcements coming up here
Oh,
soon.
yes, for sure.
One is that we're going to be at the IX Center March 30th for the Piston Power Show. That's going to be a fun show. We got from 11 till 2. It'll be me, Angel, and Sam. It's going to be a fun show. We're going to talk Browns. If you guys want to come up and just BS Browns with us.
Yeah, we'll probably have a mic there, and you guys can just come in and hop in. We're gonna play we're definitely playing roulette there because it could just be somebody who's a Pittsburgh fan posing as a Browns fan, and he can get on the mic. But we're willing to risk it.
Do it.
But
I'm
so if
ready.
you go out there Sunday and you see us on the 30th from 11 to 2, come by the table, talk with us. We got cards. We got cool stuff to give you, basically just a business card so you can
Got some
promote
stickers
us.
as well. for the
Stickers
kids.
For the kids or your car. Either way.
We're unveiling our banner.
Yes, got a banner for an amazing banner. And we're hoping that this is more, these lives will happen more than not. Well, more lives on site somewhere. We tested it in the basement, and look at us now. We're going to the IX Center. It's an amazing thing within a year of just being together as a podcast. Is a little over a year. It's been amazing.
Year and a half-ish. But
Yeah.
That's pretty dope, man. It's pretty dope.
There's also 2 more announcements coming up here very shortly. Next week, there's going to be somebody big on the show that nobody's going to expect. And unfortunate for Angel, he will be at Disney.
Hey, I'll tell you, when you told me that, and I was like, I was like, man, I'm gonna be there. But guess what? It's about the show. This show, that's a big get. I don't stop nothing. I'm not Jesus. I'm not God. You guys can continue the show with that guest, and it's gonna be better. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great because I'm gonna be there in Disney chilling by the pool, drinking some old fashions, a little bourbon.
I'll trade you.
In my dad bod, and just enjoying the sun in Florida and saying hi to Mickey.
I thought of something today too, Angel, because I thought about that. I didn't know until I'm like, man, this is awesome news. Mike told me at the last minute we got on, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm gone that week. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, we found this out right before the show today, so we're all in good spirit.
I'm feeling that for you. So once we it's official and we're gonna do that, bro. I wanted to ask you, Angel, once we get there and we might have an outline chalked out, lay down some questions, bro, if you got it for them, and I'll ask.
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll have some questions for sure, mainly
Yes,
beard
good.
questions, but
Hey, there you go, James. James asked for a hint. Just think of a tree stump. That's all I'm giving you.
you know, like when somebody loses their hand, they have a stump hand. Like, this is my good hand.
Little stumpy,
The stumpy.
I don't think you guys could have thrown that out there.
right?
We're being subtle with it. We're being subtle.
James,
very
you got to
subtle.
join us, man. That's all the hints you're getting, buddy. I'm sorry, man. That's all I can give you for
If
now.
you don't get that, then you're just not a Browns fan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, true. I mean, that was a
we
dead giveaway.
literally laid it up for you,
Right.
man. Just think of what we said, Google it, and then you're like, oh.
Don't
and then,
Google it.
okay. Oh, well then, I mean, if you do find out, keep it between us. We'll make the announcement when. Actually, we can make the announcement whenever this week coming up. So stay tuned to our socials, and you'll see.
Jen, go ahead and read that, Angel.
He says, Jen's, or he said, I'll take Angel's place for this one. Only one time and one time only. Oh, Jen, yeah. I mean,
Jen
you guys
wants to
can
take, because next week's show you're going to be gone. She already knows
Yeah.
who's coming on the show next
Yeah.
week.
It's so
that's-
funny because I joked around with her. I'm like, get on one time. You know, you want to sit in for 10 minutes or 15
Yeah,
minutes?
to have her
get,
do.
get it off your chest. She's like,
Hey.
no way, no way, no
Have-
way.
I mean, I'm
Greg
sure.
says, take
I'm
my
sure.
strong hand.
Take my strong- Hey, I'm sure. I'm
and the
sure
mashed
she had.
potatoes.
Yeah. I'm sure she has her own questions, but she can ask if she wants to get on. She can ask her own questions, but she can sub in for my questions
That would be cool. Have something
if
that we
she
can
wants.
do.
If she
I can
feels
make that
comfortable. with it.
happen.
Yeah, just say hey, and maybe she can put a beard on when it's me, then take it off when it's her.
I got a beard. I got a beard laying in the.
There
for
is
my first
also
show I
there's a
did,
lot
I got
more
a
going
beard
on.
laying.
There's a lot more going on. Me and Sam had a meeting this weekend, and Angel and I and Sam are going to talk over some other stuff here. You guys might hear some new news here soon about a network.
New news.
New news about a network that some stuff can happen. That's all I'm
Yeah.
going to leave it as. So I hate leaving you guys in suspense, but hey, that brings you back every week, doesn't it?
Keep it coming.
Yes.
So
Hey,
until
man,
then,
this
I
week's show.
really appreciate all the comments, and yeah, we got Shane Hamilton watching today, and a lot of guys chiming in on here. Of course, James Frank always. My wife always been a big fan of the show, also, man. So shout out to it. Dave Wallencheck, he checked in earlier. What's up, Dave? If you're still out there, just been pretty cool, man. All the engagements and the growth of the Bearded Browns. So,
Gregory said, "Why can't she be a special guest? Make her a legend." Jen,
it's funny because I'll have at it.
Dude.
Yeah.
we should
But
bring
I
all
can
of our
see it.
wives on. Let all the wives do the show.
I'll have to bring her in disguise because I don't. I'll put you on. I'll put you on with no problem. But just don't back out because once you're in there, you're in.
Yeah.
This,
So I mean, I guess she can be right next to you too. So I mean, it works out. I mean, if she wants.
we could do that. We could do that.
Gregory says, "I'm not going to lie. If she comes on with a beard at the same time, I feel like it's going to be legendary event because that shit literally will land like Saturday Night Live."
And maybe she can go back and watch some videos and try to mimic me.
Yeah.
A lot of hand movement.
Well,
Just
hang
like-
on, man. Maybe this ain't a good idea. I don't need people knowing who's wearing the pants
Yeah,
around
this
here.
is really
bro.
like
Hold on a
after
second.
show talk. We are like
We'll
getting
talk
nitty gritty.
about this after the show.
Right. Hey guys, love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you to Ohio Sports Talk, Doug. You are the man. Love you guys' show as well. Everybody go and follow him. Check them out. And then also check out our sponsors. You got the Doug White Allstate Insurance Agency in Olmsted Falls, Ohio. Give them a call. If you need anything, the advertising is all at the bottom. And then Beard Gains. If you guys want luscious looking beards like mine and Angel's and Sam's, well, partially Sam's. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's got it going.
Check them out, beardgains.com. Use our code Bearded Browns at checkout for 10% off. And if you guys order more than $35, you get free shipping. Order 35
Free.
bucks worth of stuff. It's fun. Good stuff. I promise you. This is just oil. I didn't even use my balm tonight. So
Nice and soft.
This is about Max. I'll keep it fluffed up, but I don't think I'm ever going to get the jiggle, guys. I'm never going to get the jiggle. I'm a little envious.
Sam looks like that dog that's got the beard. I forget what it's called. The terrier? Not a terrier.
Scotland.
Scotland dog, a Scottish dog.
That one. It's got the little black beard.
Drink like one. Come on now, bro. Anyway.
Oh, damn. Gregory says, we want to know who wears the pants. Who has the wives?
Oh,
Yes.
man.
We're going to have the
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
I think 90% of us, well, I think all of us would say our wives. I mean,
We
I know.
have to.
I
don't
would
want to
say
get murdered in my
wives.
sleep.
I mean, I'm going to Disney. I've been to Disney 3 times in a row. You think I'm picking that destination?
All right, dude, where you been? He says, looking like ZZ Top in Brown's gear.
Nice.
Yes, thank you guys all for joining us tonight, man. You guys are
Schnauzer was the dog.
yes,
Just
a
chimed in.
schnauzer. You guys are a big part of this as well. It's not just us that come out here and talk Browns every week. You guys make this show happen as well with your comments. You guys keep it going. We love you guys. Make sure you guys all follow us on all the social media platforms as well. Our biggest one right now is YouTube and Twitter, X, whatever you want to call that. But yeah, that's it. Until then, we will see you guys Saturday. Again, thank you guys so much. We love you.
And
We'll see you.
And it's
Saturday.
always go Brown.